I have 7 points to share and that I'll be getting into on how I'll become a millionaire in my mid-20s. Unlike all the other YouTubers and influencers out there, I actually am not selling you any courses or asking for any emails. All I'm asking is for you to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more financial related topics. Analysis paralysis is a concept that's always being talked about, and there's definitely some truth to it. Doing your due diligence is equally as important in whatever endeavor you choose to pursue. But after a certain point of educating yourself and researching, you can't stay stagnant and paralyzed in the analysis. Personally, I'm not at a level where I'm content with where I'm at financially. And I know that I'm gonna have to start making some decisions that may seem to be deemed risky to become wealthy. I've been looking to develop and rent out value add homes and multifamily properties and have spent a lot of time digging deep. But at a certain point, I'm gonna have to make the jump and make things happen. There are many things that I'm gonna have to figure out along the way, but to stay motionless because of the fear of not knowing everything is something that I won't be doing. Getting too caught up with the trivial details or hassles of owning a rental property can have you thinking for too long and leave you in a state of complacency, fear, and inactivity, which leads me to my second point. I have a close kin to me who had experienced a traumatic situation during the financial crisis and his real estate portfolio. From having tenants not paying him his rent, to defaulting on his loans, and foreclosing his properties during the crisis. From that experience, he speaks about real estate from a very biased and emotional perspective, which is totally understandable, but tells me to avoid it due to those said reasons of having tenants not pay you, having to micromanage them, being over leveraged, and more. I think those are problems that are inevitable but manageable. And if it takes a few phone calls to a property manager, a few extensive background checks, and a few headaches in the middle of the night to get to my financial goals and road to freedom, I'm willing to accommodate them. We all know that minor exceptions shouldn't be used as overgeneralizations. And I think that the benefits of passive cash flow and appreciation from real estate far outweigh the minor hassles of managing tenants and properties. To not take the advantages of real estate, such as passive cash flow, equity buildup, and tax benefits of depreciation and cost deduction because of the possibilities of attracting bad tenants or having inevitable recessions isn't an accurate justification in the bigger picture. If you ask my friends, I've always been pretty frugal when it comes to my spending, and I don't think there's any shame in that. I'm not petty on buying morning cold brews or food for first dates or money on tickets and memorable experiences, but you'll rarely see me spend lavishly on designer clothes, partying, or food deliveries too often. I've been saving more than I spend every month, and I'm carefully building this habit as I know I'll be increasing my active income to a life-changing amount in a few months. I want to keep my expenses the same and as minimal as possible, and not adjust my spending wage according to my increase in income. I'll be able to do this by keeping a close eye on my expenses and what's going in and out of my bank account every week. I'll be living the same minimalistic lifestyle I've been living the past couple of years, and I want to stay liquid in order to be able to invest or purchase property that fit my criteria immediately. With building wealth, there's no need to make things difficult by trying to reinvent the wheel. Even with new startups and businesses, there are proven effective strategies and principles that make a business successful. And learning from other people's mistakes is the fastest way to succeed. I've made a YouTube channel to not only make financial related topics accessible to everyone, but to also post what my journey is like and put it out there for people to give me their feedback and thoughts. I think it's better to have a second pair of eyes checking in on you or your business, whether it be through a form of mentorship or even online. And it'd be arrogant to stay closed off to that sort of accountability and communication. Reading Ray Dalio's book Principles was really eye-opening for me. And what I took from it was that open-mindedness, radical transparency, embracing failures, and the search for truth can propel you to achieving your goals. And so I'll be putting myself out there as much as possible, which leads me to my next point of using social media. Like I've stated, I want to grow a community of like-minded people who are looking to learn more about their finance, managing their money, and growing their wealth. Hopefully, as I build my brand and state my motives, I can make new connections and act on opportunities that social media can bring me. Nick Huber at Sweaty Startups states that he raised $40 million and states that 97% of his investors came from Twitter. That comes from having a strong reputation and a successful track record, of course. But that just shows you the power of social media and putting yourself out there. Another example is Thatch, who makes millions of dollars from his courses and online mentorships and has new real estate deals coming to him within his Seattle market from his online presence and proactiveness.
I realized that social media now is the big giant billboard now. It's free. And so how I have used it is I have basically go on there and I just give away free gem, free education, free tip all day, 7 days a week.
I make massive profit using the BRRRR strategy.
And by doing that, it just helped me become an expert in my real estate business.
Yeah.
From there, a lot of people just DM me and they ask me for coaching. They ask me for, hey, I got a deal. You want to buy it? We make money from doing that. It's crucial that people learn how to do social media today because pretty much 99% of my business comes from social media now.
Oil and steel used to be the most lucrative currency, and that's how Rockefeller and Carnegie got rich. But now, it seems to be having a social media presence and brand awareness. We all know the saying that you're the average of the 5 people you hang out with. But to be realistic, the 5 people I'm always with are my parents, my partner, and my coworkers at work. I'd say what's more important than that is to have specific role models that you look up to and try to resemble. When it comes to real estate, I look up to Don Peebles, Sam Zell, and Donald Trump, all for different characteristics. Hear me out. I admire Peebles for his dedication in empowering the minority and having a fair economic opportunity and accessing large amounts of capital. Zell for his business savviness, and Trump for his ability to negotiate and develop, not necessarily for his political bouts. I highly suggest you to read his book, The Art of Making Deals, and you'll see that you can't deny his business abilities. When I look at who else I admire, it'd be Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Warren Buffett, and Masayoshi Son. And although they're successful in different industries, I look up to the way they approach their businesses. Musk for his lean, first principles thinking to business, Jobs for his exceptional ability to design and forward thinking, Buffett in his simple and humble investing approach, and Masayoshi in the way he envisions the future and is proactive in making sure that he plays a role in the new technological revolution. Being in the wrong crowd with maladaptive behaviors can have you moving backwards, using drugs and drinking, excessive spending and partying to fit in, and not caring for your mental or physical health are some of the vices I try to steer away from. Being in my mid-20s soon, I really want to cultivate relationships that last for decades and have a strong network of dependable people that have character, leading to my last and final point of intention and integrity. By the way, if you made it this far, I really appreciate you and would love to connect with you as you must have resonated with me. So please make sure to send me a DM on Instagram introducing yourself. The last point I want to make about becoming a millionaire in my mid-20s, which really isn't a video about becoming a millionaire, I titled it just for the algorithm, but more about becoming the successful person I envision myself to be, is to just be a person that I personally would look up to and would want to befriend. We all know those slimy kind of guys who don't seem to have any sense of loyalty or integrity and would do anything for a level up, even if it meant stepping on another person's back to get there. I think that your business is just a reflection of you yourself, so I choose to live mindfully with intention, have strong convictions and beliefs to stand up for what I believe in, and will want others around me to be the same and be held accountable. There you have it. That's the end to my video of how I'll become a millionaire in my mid-20s. And to summarize all 7 points is to not be stuck in analysis paralysis, but to take the risk, not caring about what others think, living minimally and below my means, not trying to reinvent the wheel and stick to proven, effective strategies and principles, taking full advantage of social media, having role models to look up to, and living a life of mindfulness, intention, and conviction. Let me know down in the comments because I'm really curious. What are you going to do to become a millionaire?